Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 29, 2024. And in the news this afternoon, Jamaica Council of Churches concerned about the recent proceedings in Parliament. The Jamaica Council of Churches has expressed a concern about how recent proceedings of Parliament have transpired and how matters of delicate nature have been handled. This expression of concern has arisen from issues relating to the tabling of Auditor General's reports. In a release Thursday, the JCC said the nation is awaiting the willingness of House Speaker Juliet Holness to share the legal opinion of the Attorney General in relation to the tabling of reports. The JCC said it looks forward to outcomes in the near future that will stem the tide of mistrust of the government. The Council warned that the high level of mistrust that exists could lead to more defiance, disorder, and non-compliance in the country. The JCC has urged the parliamentarians to engender a strong appetite for dialogue and consultation, even as the constitutional power of discretion is exercised. Parliamentarians are also being encouraged to practice a model of leadership that prioritizes national and public interest. Government and the transport operators agreed to put off April 1 fare increase. An agreement has been reached between the government and the transport operators for a delay in implementation of the 16% fare increase, which was scheduled to take effect on April 1. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark, Transport Minister Darrell Vaz, and other officials met with members of the Transport Operators Steering Committee and other transport sector leaders on Thursday to discuss the fare increase. Dr. Clark asked the sector for a deferral of the expected 16% rate increase. He acknowledged that the government recognized the hardships faced by the sector and what a fare increase would mean for their operations. But Dr. Clark explained the need to maintain inflation in single digits in order to keep the economy on course, noting that the transportation sector has one of the largest impacts on inflation. Meanwhile, Mr. Vaz commended the operators for their understanding and their acceptance of the deferral. He gave his commitment to continue working collaboratively with them to identify and agree on other incentives. More than 30 motorists missed out on bad gas compensation. 31 motorists whose vehicles were damaged during the 2015 bad gas saga have missed out on getting compensation following numerous appeals by the Consumer Affairs Commission. The CAC had received 478 complaints in the aftermath of the crisis, which drove fear into the motoring public, but 55 were ignored because they did not have all the requisite information, such as a proof of purchase and mechanical reports. The motorists were asked to contact the Consumer Affairs Commission before March 31. Of the 31 names listed, 2 are deceased. CAC's Chief Executive Officer Dulcie Allen told the news that on Thursday afternoon that more than $25 million in compensation has been paid. Ms. Allen said $2.7 million will return to Petrojam Ethanol Limited. The CEO also disclosed that one of the motorists missed out on collecting almost $1 million. Ms. Allen explained that the CAC was awaiting documents from the Administrator's General Department with regards to the 2 deceased motorists. The Petrojam Trade Reform Committee, established by former Energy Minister Philip Paulwell in 2016 to conduct a thorough investigation into alleged contaminated petrol, found that there was no definitive conclusion about a specific contaminant in the petrol sold to the public between November 2015 and March 2016. Mayor condemns a deadly gun attack on St. Mary High School compound. Mayor of Port Maria Fitzroy Wilson has condemned Wednesday night's deadly shooting on the compound of St. Mary High School in Highgate and urged eyewitnesses to assist the police in finding the suspects. One man was fatally shot and 4 others, including a student, injured in the incident. The deceased has been identified as 28-year-old Fabian Needham, otherwise called Kilikili, a pump attendant of Highgate St. Mary. It's reported that about 8:20 p.m. on Wednesday, Mr. Needham got into a dispute with a group of men on the school compound where people had gathered for a party following sports day activities. Mr. Needham was chased and shot after he threw a bottle at one of the men. He died at the scene. Following the shooting, it was discovered that 4 other people were wounded. 3, including the student, were treated at hospital and released. A man who was shot in the chest was admitted.
Yeah, I was informed that persons not attached to the school had an altercation on the street. Several men attacked the deceased and he sought refuge on the school compound, where he ran onto the school compound when there was a sporting event in place. And when you could see that somebody would be running for their lives and running to a public place. What type of society we have now where men would chase somebody onto a school compound, murder that person with a hail of gunshots, bullets, and in the process injured several other persons, innocent bystanders. It is a lawless society that we're in, but all is not lost, because I am of the opinion that majority of Jamaicans are law-abiding citizens.
Flower for cocaine plaguing Clarendon, police say. In addition to dealing with the spread of illegal drugs, the police in Clarendon say they are also battling with the flower for cocaine scams plaguing southern sections of the parish. One of the most recent cases led to the death of 2 men, 28-year-old Tevin Ofield and the 24-year-old Brandon Thompson, in the community of Banks on Wednesday afternoon. It is reported that about 3:45 p.m., residents reported hearing several loud explosions and summoned the police. On arrival of the lawmen, a search was conducted, and one of the men was found in a ditch with a gunshot wounds to his upper body. The other was found in bushes with gunshot wounds to the head, back, and the left hand. They were brought to the hospital, where they were pronounced dead. Sleuths say the Banks community is an area of concern, stating that the area is home to several persons of interest and influential violent producers. The news was also told that intelligence continues to link several persons in the area to illegal firearms and the flower for cocaine and the drugs for guns trades. Investigations into the double murder are ongoing. 15 people were murdered in Clarendon up to March 23. Accused boat captain granted bail in absentia for posting intimate video online. A 30-year-old boat captain who allegedly posted intimate videos of his ex-girlfriend on social media following their breakup was granted bail in absentia by the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday. Duran Bryan of Palmyra Palms, Providence Heights, who is charged with malicious communication, was not transported to court by the police, but no explanation was provided. Following a successful application by his attorney, Henry McCready, who stated that his client was distraught about the breakup, presiding Judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley granted him $250,000 bail in absentia. 2 sureties will be required to secure the bail. As part of his bail conditions, Brian is to report to a specific police station on specific days of the week and to have no contact with the complainant. He is to return to court on April 16. Reports are that an intimate relationship between Brian and a woman ended in February. However, since then, he has been allegedly stalking and threatening her. According to the report, between March 4 and March 6, he reportedly posted intimate videos of them to a social media platform. The woman reported the matter to the police, and Brian was taken into custody. He was subsequently charged.